Góðan daginn, welcome to Project Pound. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm in Iceland, I live in Iceland, and this is my podcast vlog, chatty type of thing, where I talk mainly about knitting, about crocheting, about yarn, fibers, I think yarn and fiber related, and I also talk quite a bit about the weather, because weather. Currently a little bit rainy, but it's fine. Quite warm actually. Yesterday we honestly had a bit of sun. We had possibly went up to the double digits, so that was nice. Yeah, very pleasant day yesterday. Today is a little bit rainy, but it's not unpleasant, so it's like, yeah, it's okay. Much nicer than it was like 3 weeks ago. Way better. But yeah, so I have made, actually thinking about it, yeah, there's also nothing about the on the volcano front. They have been suspiciously quiet. Like there's the like regular little rumblings in the areas that where the plate tectonics are meeting, like, you know, the normal things. But you know, it's the springtime, so that's the time when you live in Iceland, you get a little bit suspicious of the volcanoes, because you're like, well, that's the time when you buggers wake up, so keep my eye on them. But yeah, nothing major happening there, so far so good. Kind of hoping for a little bit of a break from nature when it comes to, you know, the big things. We had an avalanche. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be 3 weeks, and honestly, all things considered, we got away from it really well. There were no major injuries. I mean, there's a lot of work being done with cleaning up and mending the buildings that were hit, not hurt. But honestly, I think we filled up some quota for the next years. So, and now I'm just suspicious of the volcanoes. It's like, kind of waiting on those. But yeah, honestly speaking about the weather, because I read online, I think yesterday, because the UK is expecting like a heat wave next month in May. Usually when there's a heat wave in the UK, that does translate to not as warm here in Iceland, but we do tend to, at least the East Coast, we do tend to get fairly nice weather. Not the South and West, they tend to get a lot of rain in that time. So they're being like, oh, that would be a horrible thing to happen. And I'm like, would be nice for us though. But yeah, really hope that people are like, I really hope that, yeah, the UK managed to like stock up on, I don't know, water and sunscreen, and really hope it's not gonna be like a bad heat wave like they've been for the past years. But yeah, fingers crossed that, you know, it's not bad. But yeah, the always looking on the bright side, because that's how we roll. Hopefully that means that next month is going to be nice where I live. And I'm really ready for spring, like genuinely. The snow is pretty much gone. Honestly, 3 weeks ago I was looking at my neighbor's house and the snow had piled up so much that it was practically touching the roof. Like, it's a one-story house, but still, that's a lot of snow. Like one of the dents where the avalanche that passed this close by the building where I live, where that avalanche passed over, I had forgotten. There's a dent in the landscape where the pine trees, there are pine trees that grow there, and 2 weeks ago when I got back home, you could only see like the tip of the trees. I forgot there's a dip there. So that was a lot of snow. Like the trees, they're told. I mean, that's a couple of meters. Yeah, there was a lot of snow, and most of it is gone. Like, we've had a bit of warmth in the past weeks since the massive amount of snow that we got, and yeah, it's practically gone. It's like there's almost spring. Like, literally, I've been seeing crocus and páskalilja, narcissi. Not, I mean, the crocus are flowering. The narcissi are getting there in some places. I've seen tulips popping up. I am so ready for spring. Mind you, I do live in Iceland, and I know that whenever things are looking good, we can always expect a bit more snow. But as long as it's in like the snow from 3 weeks ago, that's fine. On to happier notes. I have gotten this far with the cocoon cardigan that will be eventually. I reached the end of the ball that I rolled up. All this from admittedly like 4 of these, but still. So I need to ball these 2 up together. Like, this was on sale for some years ago, but still, so far, like, I don't remember there being like any knots, so it's been rather nice to work with. It is fairly thick as it is on a single skein. That's like, what, 2 threads? So I hold 2 of these together, so I get this nice little thicker thread to work with. And yeah, I think this is going to be very nice when I get this done. A long time project. I mean, and it's been nice to reach for the past week. My brain is getting up to pace, so that is a good thing. I might actually try and work on the cardigan today and try to get some more done, because my brain is actually getting on track. Yes, it was a good decision to like just let it rest. So hopefully that also means that I can get on with the hobby make along. I unfortunately had to put that on hold while I'm getting back on track. Hopefully I can. I mean, I know I'm not gonna be able to like finish everything on the same time as the make along, but that's fine. I have the yarn, I have the patterns. Eventually I'm gonna have this mystery cardigan, so I'm gonna try and make sure that I'm not looking at anything that anyone finishes, because I do want it to be a surprise. But yeah, I should be able to get working on that hopefully this week again. That's exciting. And the good news is that the sweater that I've been working on knit nights, because we actually had knit night past Thursday, so I've been working on this sweater, this pullover, and original pattern is like Lanagato Patagonia. I don't have this yarn, it's not available, so instead I used a completely different yarn, because I'm pretty certain that the Patagonia is a cotton mix. Instead I wanted to use Drops Air, mainly because I fell in love with this color, this gorgeous misty, pastel-y, minty, pretty green. And Drops Air is made out of alpaca, polyamide and wool. It's fantastic. I have yet to come across a knot, and the people who have been working on a lot have been working a lot with Drops Air as well. The person who's been working with it the most thinks that maybe out of the I have no idea how many skeins of this yarn she has used. She thinks that maybe there's been a single knot, but she's not sure. She's been working with this a lot, so highly recommend this yarn. It is gorgeous, it is soft, it's so much fun to work with as well. Don't know if you ever tried Drops Air, but it's this, it's like, it's a knitted, like they seem to work it through a knitting machine, or I have no idea how these machines work, but the thread seems to be knitted together. And at the end of the process, I do know that they like blow it, like they blow through the thread, which is why it's so nice and fluffy and just wonderful. So I managed last night to get to the point, because you work from the top down. I have finished the portion of where I do the increases. So next round I will be putting stitches on another thread to make way for the armholes. And after that I can just knit, and the only thing that I need to honestly keep in mind is the length and the pattern in the front, which in this yarn is not nearly as open as the one in the original pattern. So maybe not use Drops Air if you want that pattern to be like, you know, as obvious and gorgeous as it is here. And maybe I should have used a different yarn for that. Definitely should have used a different yarn for that, something more like cotton blended, I'm thinking. But I mean, this is my first attempt at this pattern, and I love the color, I love the yarn. This is gonna be such a nice, just light, airy, breezy, but still probably pretty warm pullover to reach for. So even though it's never gonna be perfect, I know that, but it's still probably gonna be one of my favorites. I say, and I haven't even finished it, but it's been fun. It's been nice. I have been learning from it. I do know that I have not done the pattern perfectly, because I cannot, but I have learned a lot from it. My shoulder has been weird for like quite a while. I actually managed to make it crack just before I started filming, so it's a little sore right now. I need to rest it. But yeah, I'm still happy. Like, I made progress on the pillow that I am working on actively. There won't be a knit night next Thursday, because next Thursday is actually a holiday here in Iceland called Sumardagurinn Fyrsti. It's the first day of summer, and that is a holiday in Iceland. It's not a big holiday, it is a day off, it's a red day, and I'm really hoping that it's gonna be a really good day, like a pretty day, a warm day, a summery day. Usually for the past years, oftentimes there's frost and snow and that type of thing, but I really hope that it's gonna be more of a summery day, because I am so ready for summer. I'm so ready for warmth. But yeah, I'm really hoping that that day will be nice and warm. I got the day off, and I'm so happy for it. But yeah, I really hope that it's gonna be a nice day, because then I will definitely be, well, the plan is to go take a walk and appreciate nature and just greet summer, basically. I haven't really had anything like concrete planned for the day, but the gist of it is I really want to just, you know, go and greet nature and be like, yo. But But yeah, that is pretty much what I want to talk about. I am getting back on track. My brain is getting to where I can work on things. Meaning that I should be able to start again on the hobby make along. This is going to be so much fun. Like the colors and that. I'm just the one thing I'm not excited about is the fact that they are having us make so many little pieces with a lot of ends, and I am not a fan of weaving in ends, and this is going to be a nightmare from weaving in ends. But I am positive that at the end of the road, the garment that we are going to end up with is going to be something very, very different from what I'm used to making. Like, I am used to making things in a single piece, like this pullover. That I can't quite remember whether you start on the bottom or you start on the neckline. I cannot remember. The pattern is over there. It's in Icelandic, so, but yeah, this basically, you know, it's a basic pattern, and the only ends that you need to weave in is like anywhere where you have where you need to change between skeins. There's only like at the beginning of the sleeves, like up here, and at the bottom, like where you have ends, and the only seaming you need to do is underneath in the armpits, and that's it. Anything else is knitted together, and I like that type of garment because that means minimum amount of work that you need to do at the end, and then you get like the hobby make along, and it's nothing but ends, and I'm like, but it's gonna be pretty. I am positive it's gonna be pretty, and it's gonna be colorful, and I am ready for colorful. But yeah, so that is it from me this weekend. I need to get these two ball together. I did find this IceYarns. Unfortunately, the label, like they apparently put an incorrect label at on this one, because this says Harmony Mohair. Which I know is not the name of this yarn, but I cannot quite remember what it's called. Chunky something? I can't remember. But this is a yarn that I used to make a pullover quite some time ago, actually. But it's this nice thick yarn. I think this is the only whole skein that I have, but I do have quite a bit more of it in like pieces. And I want to make another of these slouchy like beanie hats that I made past winter, because the hat that I did make, I made it out of Drops Andes. Love it. Absolutely love it. Still haven't woven in the ends in the inside of it, but doesn't matter. I love the hat, and I want to make more. And because I have this, I want to test the pattern with an IceYarns. I can't remember what it's called. It's something chunky. Merino Chunky. Yes, Merino Chunky. But yeah, I have this yarn. I do have other more yarn, but this one, this color, I want. Yes, I want. So yeah, yet again, I'm adding to the project pile, because I get close to finishing something and I add like 4 things more. The world is full of wonderful yarn, and I want to try every single one of them. Limits who needs them. Also all the patterns that are coming out, like just checking out Garn Studio, you know, the Drops Designs. Why are there so many nice patterns? Why do you tempt me? gonna fall for it. But yeah, that is definitely enough for me this week. Things are definitely looking up. I cannot wait for summer. But yeah, I will thank you for watching, for hanging out with me today. I really hope that life is as good to you as it can be, and hopefully better. And I will see you again next week, and we'll see what we'll have finished by then, and if my brain keeps up with me. So thank you, and we'll see you again next week. Okay, take care. Bless.